Armine, the world, the Armenian world especially, witnessed the well orchestrated, well executed, dignified, and inspiring 100 Lives Aurora Prize Award ceremonies. You were in the front center, you're in the midst of this beautiful ceremony. How can you capsule how you felt in this time?
So it's actually tough to put into words, which, given my position, is something of an irony. It was a combination of surreal, immense pride for all that we as Armenians have accomplished, and indeed what the incredible finalists that were in our midst had done, and pure joy in being able to bring that to the world in such a big way. So the ceremony itself was just this completion of a lot of emotions from a lot of different people. And I think the final product spoke for itself.
When did you know that the award was going to be given to Marguerite Barankitse?
So our selection committee had gone through deliberations, obviously over the course of the past year, and we've spoken before about who they are. But of course, the selection committee is co-chaired by George Clooney and Elie Wiesel, the former of whom made quite a stir here in Yerevan last week, and the latter couldn't join us. But did send his regards during the ceremony. So through their deliberations, they ended up selecting Marguerite Ryan Cates, and she's something else. I really, really hope that you've had the chance to take a look at some of her interviews that have been circulating the web lately, but she is just an incredible individual.
I think you will do more justice if you tell us a little bit of your impression of her.
So she is extremely peaceful, radiant as a person. She has an incredible smile, and then above all else, deeply humble, which was a theme across the board for all of our finalists, who are, after all, just normal people who did what normal people should do. That said, and they all emphasize this, but that said, they are truly Herculean, heroic acts that they undertook. So Marguerite, in particular, works very closely with children and has for her entire career, and you can see at once that deeply motherly, warm, kind spirit that draws them to her. So to be in her presence was a true honor.
Armine, the names we keep hearing about are your dad's Nubar Afeyan, Dr. Artan Grigorian, Vartanyan. These are pillars of the Armenian community in the year 2016. They promised us the Aurora Prize Award a year ago, and they delivered. How successful were we in reaching out to the outside the Armenian community? How did the media react and disseminate the information?
That's been one of the most exciting parts, certainly for where I'm sitting on the team, but then I think in general as well, is just seeing how the world as a whole received this Armenian effort, but one that's deeply international in its very core. So we've seen incredible pickup from the media across the world, both the set of 85 international journalists that joined us here in Yerevan over the weekend, and from those who are covering remotely. The understanding of what it was that we were trying to do and the resonance that it seems to have had was, not completely unexpected. It was certainly what we hoped for, but it was absolutely what I had dreamed for.
As I said in my email to you, we expect nothing less than perfection from the 100 Lives and the Aurora Prize Award ceremony. And it turned to be really, really inspiring. Speaking for myself, and I'm sure many people would agree. And here you are, the public relations director of 100 Lives, talking to us from Armenia. How did you feel? What do you think each and every Armenian should take from this experience? For the average Armenian, what should we take from this experience?
I think just the sense of ownership really is from where I'm sitting what I hope for the most. I mean, we are, as I said, a very international movement, but there's a reason the ceremony took place here in Yerevan, and there's a reason that it will continue to do so. At its core, what we seek to do is honor those undertaking modern day acts of heroism and recognizing the fact that we as a people have a really unique perspective and understanding what being on the receiving end of that is. So I just hope that Armenians around the world are able to engage with what we're doing, both through social media, through the creative outputs that we're going to be sharing with the world over the coming weeks, both products of the ceremony and the weekend as a whole, and kind of seeing what threads bind us and what sticks with each individual. There will be something for everyone, is very much what I hope.
Will the award ceremony be taking place annually in Yerevan?
That is the case, yep. Every year on April 24th, the Aurora Prize for Awakening Humanity ceremony in Yerevan.
Just my humble suggestion, could it be that a lot of things are happening on April 24th and you should get a special day for the prize awarding?
It is a suggestion that can be taken under wing. That said, there's a reason we chose the date and the place. We truly believe that there is no day with better resonance with what we're trying to do than the day in which we remember our past and look forward boldly towards our future. I guess what I hope for the coming year is that, again, Armenians around the world take ownership of what it is that we're doing here and really take it as a we. Understand that this is something that is not only a part of all of us, but also we take part in it. So we're open to suggestions and feedback and discourse. Above all else, we're hoping to stir conversation around what it means to be Armenian in the modern day, what it means to be the descendant of a generation of survivors in the modern day, and then what our place is in the international community. And we certainly believe that it's one in keeping with the humanitarian spirit that we saw manifest here in Yerevan this past weekend. Yes, կարող եմ ասել, որ շատ ուրախ եմ